so many of the experiences you have in college stay with you for the rest of your life. And it's not just what you pick up in the classroom. Matter of fact, it's more your interactions. The first was that we had a chance to see a lot of speakers come, elected officials, senators, governors, foreign leaders. And the more time I spent physically around the people who ran the world, the more I began to realize they were just people. And before I'd thought of this kind of mystical sense of people at that level. And it turns out that by and large, they're just people. They might be more experienced or more intelligent than I am, but they're not on a different plane of existence. And when you realize that, you begin to realize that you are empowered and obligated to get in there and make yourself useful too. Another experience that's been rattling around in my mind just recently as we see what's happening on the world stage, and frankly the absence of U.S. leadership. As I remember when I was a student abroad, I grabbed just at a thrift shop I thought it looked cool. It was like an old surplus Norwegian military shirt, and had a little like Norwegian flag on the shoulder. And I was walking somewhere, and a guy came up to me and struck up a conversation. He was originally from East Africa, and he'd gone to Scandinavia to live, and basically was able to build this amazing life and raise kids. And he was talking about how much this country, I think he thought I was Norwegian. And I remember thinking, that's supposed to be us. And as I see these numbers now showing that the #1 place in the world to live out the American dream, to be born at the bottom and come out at the top, is not America but Denmark. It makes me think about the importance of being in that position where we're where people look to. I want, right now Americans traveling abroad often are encouraged to take a Canadian flag and stick it on their backpack. If you've ever been to the Middle East or a lot of parts of the world, there's either a lot more Canadians than I knew, or much worse, there's Americans who don't want to be identified as Americans. And if we can't be proud of the country we're from, if people aren't coming up to Americans because they're Americans, honored to be in contact with the country they look up to, I don't think that the best military in the world can help us. And so I think about that a lot as I think about how to restore U.S. credibility in the world.